Hey viewers, George here to talk about a game. Yeah. No, this is my first impressions of the game, which I'm also talking about it. Coincidence? I think not. So, game I'm talking about is the new Shin MEGAMI TENSEI game, Devil Summoner Soul Hacker. Quite a nice little, there you go, you can see the little case there. So, the missing entry in the classic Shin MEGAMI TENSEI RPG series finally arrives in North America. I don't know what that even means. But what I can assume is this is like the sequel to the other Devil Summoner game. I can only assume it's meant to be a sequel to this game, Devil Summoner People versus People. See, I don't know the names of the games. I'm not gonna bother. But here we are. We got Devil Summoner. It's on the 3DS. It's a new release in the series before we get 4, which comes out later this year. What do we get from this? What is this game? What can we expect from some of the best RPGs out there that no one really likes talking about? Well, it is a dungeon crawler. You heard me right, it's a dungeon crawler. Which, from what I've read, is what the Shin MEGAMI TENSEI, or the Tensei games used to be, was a dungeon crawler, and then, you know, they branched out to some other stuff that were more traditional. But this started out as a dungeon crawler, so it's really cool to see it go back to its roots with this one. Now, I don't play a lot of dungeon crawlers. I think like the last one I might play was Hero Class or something like that on the PSP. And I could have cared less for that game. That game was like practically a snooze fest in my opinion. But with that said, this one's not that bad. One of the biggest downfalls of this Soul Hacker is it takes a while to sort of settle into it, so to speak. You have to play it for a bit to actually get involved into it, and even before the story sort of actually picks up, and like even before you get the objective, it does take a while for it to, you know, start getting into the zone of the game. But once it does, it's enjoyable and whatnot. The gameplay is really good. You never played a dungeon crawler before. Basically, you have a first-person's perspective, and you move like in a grid-based movement. So like you can go forward, left, right, or back, and you move within the grids, and you'll get into random encounters. You can find NPCs that you can talk to, and you know, save points, heal points, this and that, and you can find boxes you can open that have things in them. So there's a lot to it, and it's actually a lot of fun. I mean, it has the essential core of what you expect from a Shin MEGAMI TENSEI game. I mean, if you've played anything other than Persona, essentially. Well, yeah, anything other than Persona. If you've played any of those other games, you'll find yourself in a very familiar territory with this one, because you do face off with demons. You can talk to them and like try and recruit them into your party. Or you can talk to them and they'll give you items, or they'll just leave, or they'll just say things. It's weird. But something that they did, which was in Devil Survivor Overclock, the word devil seems to be very apparent in a lot of these games, is there's this like shop where you can buy demons with things called D-Souls, which you can either collect in the game, or you can use your play coins. Yeah, those things, if you're for those, the play coins, to get a bunch of them. So that's really cool. I was happy with that, because I never use my play coins in any other game. So it's awesome that they get to be used in this one. They actually have a purpose. I have like a bunch of them, so I'm good. There is a Street Pass function, which is where you can also get some D-Souls from, and enhance this creature, this little green creature. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that. That green creature you level them up, and as you level them up, you get more things within this shop place where you can get the demons. So you can find more demons, or like values will be different, or like fuck, I don't know. I've hit the layer of that, but enough that I can tell you it's a cool feature that it's there. Okay, there's a shitload of demons. The back says take control of almost 300, but which is a lot. I don't know if I'm trying to see if I can find a comparison, but of course I cannot. A lot of the demons you'll see, if you've ever played, once again, if you ever played SHIN MEGAMI TENSEI, you'll see a lot of familiar ones. More so if you've played, once again, the Devil Summoner, because a lot of them, I've seen that one opposed to like the other ones. But apparently there is over 30 of them that are unique to the game, so that's, if you're one of those who loves your SHIN MEGAMI TENSEI games, there's 30 new demons in this one. If you can recognize them out of the 300. Because, yeah. What else do I have to mention about this game? RPG aspects, I've touched upon that, I guess. But it's a standard RPG. I think if you've ever played any RPG that's like a Pokemon, for instance, would be the one that I'm thinking of quickly. Then you're looking for like that more adult, or like the next step into that kind of RPG. Then I don't know why you're not playing SHIN MEGAMI TENSEI, because those are like perfect, especially Soul Hacker, Devil Summoner, a lot of them actually, all of them, because like it has a lot of those essence where you can recruit the demons, or capture them in a sense, and then you can use them in your party. So if you're like, I want another game that's like Pokemon but not Pokemon, bam, there you go. And it's on the 3DS, so it's like your tie over until Pokemon X and Y comes out. So the story in the game, I mean, if you've ever played a SHIN MEGAMI TENSEI game, you're gonna what you're going to expect from the story, essentially. It's, once again, it's another one of those things that the story doesn't really pick up, or like even the objective essentially doesn't pick up till like a little bit into the game. Not too far into the game, but just you go through a bit and you figure it out. Which is essentially trying to investigate and assuming more or less to take down this organization called Phantom Society, which is this society that's trying to take control of a bunch of demons and release them into the world, or at least Tokyo, more or less. So you're trying to stop them by using demons, because that makes sense. Fight fire with fire is the thing that everyone needs to know. Amagi City, held up in the technology. Yes, I just remembered something because it said technology. In this game, there is this world in the computer programming. I'm trying to think of the correct word for it. Think like an MMO, or like a Have a Hotel-ish kind of thing, or like a Second Life has been developed, and essentially it's trying to become this huge program. Once again, think Summer Wars, if you've ever seen that movie. It's essentially kind of like that. There's this internet world where that they're trying to open, and you can do a bunch of things in there. And the things you can do in there is really cool. Obviously you can do some little shopping here and there. But one of the cooler features is these virtual reality kind of simulations where you can go to a museum and look at paintings, and apparently later in the game you'll be able to actually go inside the paintings, which is pretty cool. At least it sounds cool. I have yet to do it, but that's what basically the game's saying. There's other things like a little haunted house and whatnot, just things that sort of take the dungeon crawling aspect and takes it to another step to make it a little more interesting. And of course there's 3D as well in this, and the 3D's okay for the most part. You don't really notice it too much, because everything's basically like flat to the foreground or the background, and it just separates them. So it's not too mind-blowing, but it's nice to look at when it's in 3D, because it looks like you're in that little virtual world, because it's like whoosh. Looks like you're looking in a shoebox. That's what I remember saying about it years ago. But it's good. So yeah, story's good. The RPG aspect's good. The game's if you can just get past like the first bit of gameplay that takes a little while to get into, you're golden, because the game's actually a lot of fun. There's voice acting as well, if people care about that. And it's all in English. You can also do the Japanese as well if you're into that. I think you can do Japanese. Let's just say you can do Japanese, because I can't remember, but you probably can. And it's good. I haven't seen any like things that are like, oh god, this dub sucks. So yeah, Soul Hackers. If you've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game, I highly recommend trying it. And Soul Hackers is really good. It's a dungeon crawler. It'll prep you up for Shin Megami Tensei 4, which is coming out this summer. So that's a good thing. Until next time, keep on gaming.